This is Dr. Moriel McDuffy with Politics as Usual at usualpolitics.com. Coming to you to talk to you a little bit today, give you three good mental health and wellness tips. Right now we have COVID-19 that is kind of changing the way that everybody lives. We also have a financial crisis as well as a lot of racial tensions that are bubbling over in the United States right now. And whether in the United States or not, these tips are useful. So the first tip that we have is nature. Remember that nature heals. There's a ton of studies that show that nature in and of itself, just being in nature, helps mental health and wellness. So if you have a park, a pond, a lake, anything natural bodies of water where you can feel the breeze, hear the water, hear the birds flying. When you're walking in the park, you can feel the breeze blowing on your skin. Get a whiff of the smells and of the sounds of the animals, like squirrels running in a tree. All these things help you to heal and are good for your mental health and wellness. So if you don't have any of those things, you don't live close to a park, you live in an urban area, then if you can just find a tree to sit by, if you can sit out on your deck and just feel the wind blow on your deck, on your balcony. So as much nature as you possibly can get is always going to help. So that's number one. Number two is exercise. Exercise produces endorphins. Now, what endorphins do is they're like a natural high for anybody that experiences them. So when you're exercising, it produces endorphins and you start to feel good. It's like a natural high. So one thing I would like for you to note, if you do choose to work out, is to note how you feel before and then how you feel after you work out. Now, always remember too that endorphins, that if you don't want to do any of these high impact workouts, like you're not a runner, you don't do karate, you don't do CrossFit. And remember, you can just walk. A moderate to brisk walk will also produce some endorphins and it'll also help you to feel better. And always just check in with yourself before the walk and then after the walk. Number three, control that negative bias. So the human brain and human beings are naturally attracted to the negative. So when something good happens and something bad happens, our brains perceive the negative as more prevalent, naturally. So, for example, a gambler. You go in, you win $100,000. Then 10 minutes later, you lose 50,000 of the 100,000. What hit your mind first? Oh man, I lost $50,000. But you're still $50,000 up, and that's the thing you have to remember. So, long story short, being positive and controlling that negative bias takes a lot of work. And that means that you're going to have to actively seek out to find the positive things. Everybody is affected by the negative bias. Every human being, including myself. So remember that in order for you to fight that negative bias, you're going to have to actively seek the positive. So maybe you find three positives for every negative. Maybe you do it when you wake up in the morning. You just do gratitude and find these positive things in your life. After every negative situation, you seek out the positive. It takes work. But if you work at it, it'll help you psychologically to feel better on a regular basis, even during a crisis. So that's my tips for now. Look out for my next mental health and wellness tips. This is Dr. Moriel McDuffy at politicsasyusual.com. I'm sorry. That's my tips for now. Remember to look out for my next tips at politicsasyusual at usualpolitics.com.